Paulie TV. We're here at Perry Park, the traditional home of football, for this Brisbane Roar pre-season match against former NSL side Brisbane Strikers. And I'm joined by Alan Hunter, of course, former skipper of the championship winning side in '97 and long-time Strikers player. Alan, it must feel good or maybe a little strange with the change in surroundings to be back at Perry Park.
Yeah, it does. It's been a while since I've stood on the grass here, and it is a little different, not having the traditional hill at both ends. But time moves on and moves forward, and the club's certainly done that. And I was just looking at the dressing rooms earlier with Shea Hughes, and it's amazing how much they've caught up with the sports science and what needs to be. But amazing night, and I'm sure the fans will enjoy it.
We walked across the field a little bit earlier, and you were saying to me the memories that were flooding back from just walking on the park here at Bowen Hills.
Yeah, look, we played obviously a lot of games and we trained here a lot during and before the championship side in '97. But yeah, look, as a kid you grow up here, don't you? And even as a fan, you've seen a lot of football here, and it is, as you said earlier, the traditional home of football. And a lot of people will understand that and follow that. And look, tonight it's a good opportunity again for the Roar to step up again and maybe improve. And I'm sure Mike Mulvey would be looking just for that. And probably a couple of changes as well to see what sort of system he can look at, and a couple of changes obviously in the second half as well, we'd expect. But yeah, it's a good night for football, not as cold. Having got the jackets out tonight, Blanch.
Quite nice, actually, yeah. Quite nice.
So looking forward to a really good event, and the Strikers have certainly got some quality in there as well, so they'll put up a really good opposition. Yes,
they've been going well in the National Premier League, and there's no reason to say that they won't push the Roar here tonight. I would expect the Roar, the field is flat. It may look a little bit sparse in places, it's actually not, but it is very flat. That will serve the Roar well, I think, tonight.
Yeah, well, they won't change, will they, regardless of the park, Blanch? They'll try and keep their possession football, keep the little 3 and 4 sequences going, and as we know, if Broish and Barisha are in there as key demonstrators of that type of football, it'll certainly be difficult for the Strikers to retain possession for a long period of time.
I'm going to ask you, as I always do, for a prediction for the half-time score. You've been very accurate over the past few weeks. Let's see if you can continue in that vein.
I'm going to stick with 2-0 to the Roar at half-time.
We'll let Paulie get up into the cherry picker, which has been supported proudly by Image Select and Stacey and the crew out there. They're a big supporter of football in Brisbane. They support and sponsor Logan FC in the local competition, and they're helping us out tonight to get Paulie into the air to bring you the highlights. The officials for tonight's match are referee Matthew Skinner and his assistant referees Ashley Stout and Matthew Mail. Hingett with the throw, Davies back. Bruish inside, cut out. Roby changes the side of play. Richter back first time. Henderson lays it forward. Play on, says referee Skinner. Barisha. Royce with the ball. Petratos curls it into the bottom corner in the second minute to make it 1-0 to the Brisbane Roar. Ball floated in. Chambers all alone takes it quickly, looking to unload. Flat and long. Stefanuto with the header down. Bratton with the ball back. Taylor under pressure heads it straight at Acton. Ball forward. Henderson, Hughes, Richter picks up the free kick, takes it early. Great ball. Acton comes. Did he get a touch? I think he did. Ferreira. Stefanuto. Davies goes down. Play on, says referee Skinner. Ball into the box. Beats everyone and goes out for a goal kick. Let's have a look. Acton gets a touch with the leg. Ooh, not the best of landings. Stefanuto does well with a difficult ball. Miller forward. Davies. Bratton. Great ball through the channel. Stefanuto's kept his run going. Gets it across the box and straight into the arms of Chambers. Chambers up the park. Again, looking for Richter in plenty of space on the far side. Gets his head up, pulls the trigger, and Acton at full stretch denies the fullback from the Strikers and puts it out for a corner. Hingard. Tratos. Davies. Back for Hingard, who does well. Slides it inside. Gets it back, cuts it across for Berisha, and it's just behind him. Bratton, good strength. Stefanuto, Bratton. Berisha. Strikers have it, looking to play out of defence. King. Oh, poor touch. Petratos does well. Slides it back. Hingard. Davies. Hingard again. Into the box. Berisha looking first time down. Barrage! It's come off the back of the defender and gone in for an own goal in the 23rd minute to make it 2-0 here at Perry Park. Richter rolls it out. Ball laid back. Henderson. For Chambers, his first touch has let him down. Berisha there, gets a toe in, and it just rolls into the back of the net on the half-hour mark to make it 3-0 to the Brisbane Roar. Miller, strong in the middle of the park. Stefanuto, Bratton, loses out. A toe in. Henderson rolls it back. Oh, the miss kick from Chambers, which has beaten everyone over the goal line. Bratton. Ball forward. Good touch. Cut out. Again. Ball forward. Strikers under pressure. Davies. Gets the crumbs. Inside. Petratos rolls it out. Miller. Keeps his run going. Petratos with a great ball. Miller! Fantastic first touch. And even a better goal to make it 4 in the 37th minute. We'll have to have a look at that again. Miller lays it off. Keeps his run going. Petratos waits for the right time. That's it. Great first touch. As I said, even better second touch. Forward early. Stefanuto. Strikers look to build from behind again. Richter up the line. Cut out easily. Bit scrappy. Roar have got it on the ground. Broish. Davies. Cleared, but only as far as Davies. Ball back the other way. Broish. Can't get it. Petratos from the penalty spot makes no mistake and makes it 5 in the 39th minute. Strikers a little bit of possession, giving it away again. Davies. Raw now, knocking it around nicely. Hingard. Miller. Bratton. Oh, great balls through. Bruish for Berisha. Goes around his man. Cuts back in, still going. Lays it back. Hingard makes it 6 in the 41st minute. We'll start it again here on the near side. Hingard looking for the runs. Petratos. Davies. Bruish rolls it. Stefanuto cuts it in. Oh, Berisha with the back heel straight into Chambers' chest. Releases early. Again, the Raw pick it up in the final third. Keep control of it. Ball inside, Davies. Stefanuto out wide, Bratton. Berisha comes, collects, good turn in the centre of the park. Still going, rolls it outside. Miller, and a good save from Chambers, deny Raw their 7th late in the first half. And that's the half-time whistle. We'll go to the break. Brush with the corner, swung in, headed down. Berisha can't get the shot off, and Rocket with a good save to his right. Offside flag goes up. Play on, says the referee. This time the flag goes up again. We'll have to have a look at that. Clearly offside. Good decision from the assistant. Ball cut inside. Pereira down. Poor clearance from Theo. Angus cuts it into the box. Hingered away. Hughes gets it back. Strikers looking to get on the board. Again, ball cut in. Cut out by Stefanuto. Richter. Hughes forward. Taylor cuts inside. Gets his shot off, and Theo with a good save at the near post. Richter. Cut out. Berisha forward. Second run from Petratos. Has a look. Flag stayed down. Cuts it back. Bryce side foot to make it 7 in the 57th minute. Bratton. Miller. Petratos. Gets it back. Theodore inside. Good close skills again. Ooh, strikers turning the wrong way. Ball's dropped for Berisha. Cuts it inside, and Bryce. One-way traffic here at Perry Park. Ball forward. Inside. Defensive headers away, only as far as the Raw midfield. They're camped now in the strikers' half. Clipped inside. Again, the pressure tells. A good turn, and Theodore puts it into the back of the net to make it 9 in the 81st minute. Pressure still going, Raw, relentless. Strikers will be looking for the final whistle. Bruce still got it. Finally dispossessed by the way of a foul. Bruce clips it in. Berisha by himself inside his defender. Make it 10 in the 85th minute. Ball into the box. Raw play out with ease. Theodore forward. Berisha one-on-one. Cuts inside. Goes down. Penalty, says referee Skinner. A clear one, I think. We'll have to have a look though. Berisha steps inside. Rocket, yeah. Legs, chest, just about every bit of the body on him. Petratos sends the keeper the wrong way and makes it 11 in the 90th minute. And that's the final whistle, which sees this Brisbane Raw pre-season match end. Brisbane Strikers 0, Brisbane Raw 11. Mike, over the past 3 games and including tonight, I suppose we've been talking about progression. Definitely, I believe, a step up from the first 3 matches. Come out from the first minute and pressured and played the raw way.
Well, I'll go a different direction to you, Blanch. I wasn't happy at half time. Yeah, we scored goals, but I was more concerned with the things in our game that weren't working. We weren't moving the ball quickly enough. We're getting caught in possession. We weren't facing forward, playing forward. We're getting caught square at the back. If we do these things against an A-League team, then we'll get beaten.
Okay, with that in mind, were you more happy with the second half performance from the side in those areas that you weren't happy with at half time?
Well, look, it was a very difficult game for the strikers at half time because they were losing quite heavily, and what I was adamant about was that we were going to get the fitness levels that we required in the next 45 minutes. Again, we wanted to move the ball quicker, we wanted to face forward, play forward, we wanted to penetrate, we wanted to shut the gate at the back. So it was a little bit better in the second half. We tried to do what we wanted to do. Not overall completely happy, but you're right in your assessment. It is a progression, but we're aiming to be very, very good, not just ordinary.
The way I saw it, Mike, was also you seem very solid at the back. You don't look as if you're going to concede goals at this stage of the season. I know you're playing against lesser opposition, but you'd probably be happy with that. And I noticed you did make the one change at half time as far as keeping the ball in the middle of the park.
Yeah, look, we had a mean defence for the second half of last season, particularly when Jade North came in. Now Jade's ready to come back soon. He's on a bit of a break after the international, so we'll add him to the roster and we'll add Ivan. So we want to make sure that we're only having to score 1 goal to win a game. We're out there to try and entertain and play quality attacking football, and we'll score goals as we can. But why should you have to score 2 goals to win a game? So we want to be tight at the back, and you're quite right, Alan, that we were, at times we looked quite good, but again, we weren't doing it as a whole unit. So we want to get that improved for next week.
Is it too early to ask what you've spoken to the players about as far as your goals for the season in the actual A-League?
Well, look, the only thing I'm saying at the moment is that we want to be super competitive. We've had a rather disrupted pre-season because we've had the 4 boys away with the All-Stars game. We've had a couple of boys away with the national team and also with the national youth team. So we haven't really had to sit down as a whole group yet to discuss our goals and ambitions. But one thing I promise the fans of Brisbane is that we're going to be super competitive. We're working our fitness levels to the required levels. Our combinations are becoming quite good. You saw some good football tonight in the final third, scored some good goals. But there's more to come from us, and that's our job starting tomorrow.
And your goals seem to be coming from all over the park as well, and the opportunities along with the goals.
I think it's really important that we spread the goals around. Bessart is a man for all seasons, and he'll score goals. But we want to get other people on the score sheet, and I'm not sure how many it was tonight, but I know we definitely shared it around. Yeah.
Well, it used to be the M&M show in the middle of the raw midfield with Maddie and Mass, but now we've got the L&L show with Luke and Liam. Liam, you've fitted in pretty much effortlessly into the Raw side since you've arrived, and all looks good for a good season coming up.
Yeah, fingers crossed anyway. Working really hard on the training ground, obviously. Tonight, it was about, I suppose, keeping the work ethic, even though the score, we managed to score a few goals tonight, and just working hard and working on a few things we've been working in training. I love the style of the Brisbane play, obviously. Nice and sharp movement, keeping the ball moving, and obviously enjoying that side of things. And obviously my new teammates as well, it's a pleasure to come in and train every day.
And Luke, I've got to ask you, you're obviously looking to be a regular starter this season coming up. What are your ambitions other than finishing higher on the table?
Just to get a good season, injury-free, good performances, and play the Brisbane way.
And you've obviously had Liam and a few other signings. How do you see overall your opportunity to finish in maybe a top 4 spot this season with the squad that you've got so far?
Very high. Like Liam's quality player, Thomas, Bess. It's a pleasure to play with him in the midfield. It makes my job easier, so we'll do it right.
And I notice he hasn't taken to your fashion tips with the beard, so you've obviously not rubbed off on the new players in that department.
No, he can't grow one, to be honest, so he's struggling.
Dave, obviously not the result you were looking for, and to be fair, the Raw came out from the very first minute and really denied you possession for nearly the whole 90 minutes of the game.
Yeah, definitely, Blanch. I didn't expect anything different, to be really honest. They're probably at their stage where they're getting ready for A-League competition, and they've obviously stepped it up a little bit, and we were the brunt of it. And to be fair, the good thing is it showed us exactly where we're at. It showed us my boys, if you don't keep your shape and you don't, follow orders, you're going to get caught by good quality players, and that's what happened tonight.
Sorry, Dave. How do you prepare for a game like that in general, especially with the lesser experienced players?
Well, the hard thing for us was we're trying to prepare for a game on Sunday as well, which is a massive game. So we're not just juggling this game, we're juggling players to play on Sunday as well. So what we tried to do was go and put one of our best sides out and give them the respect that they deserved and give them the opportunity to prepare for their season. But at the same time, hopefully give us a chance to look at what we're doing in preparation for Sunday, and just try and get what we can out of the game,
Picked up an injury to Josh McVeigh throughout the match there. I saw the ambulance come and go. Is there any word on that injury? Of course, with the game against Sunshine Coast coming up on Sunday, very vital.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he's out for the season now. We're not really sure, but it could be a PCL. Yeah, a little bit tough on Joshy. He's not in good shape, and that was the prognosis when he was going away. He was going to get scans, and we'll obviously find out a little bit more later on tonight. But at this point in time, it looks like we're preparing for the rest of the season without Josh.
Alan, I suppose we didn't really expect it to blow out by that, but the Roar certainly progressing along, as Mike said earlier. He wasn't happy. He's a hard man to please, I say.
Yeah, well, we did see the one change, and I wasn't surprised. Early on in the game, after about 20 minutes, I was behind the actual Raw bench. He had mentioned to the same player that came off at half-time that he wasn't happy with the way he was losing the ball and not playing his first touch and second touch forward. And look, Mike has obviously asked him to go out and play in a certain way, other than the scoreboard. For me, he was spot on. They didn't play the ball forward when they could have against the Strikers team that conceded early and then started to look tired. And that's a mental thing rather than a physical thing. And difficult for some of their players to get into the pace of the game, other than probably Shea Hughes and Jonty Richter. I thought they'd probably struggle with the actual extra pace. But some really good positive signs in the second half from the Brisbane Roar as far as I was concerned, and looking forward to a progression again next Tuesday against a more physical side over at Carmichael Park.
Well, the Wolves are a far more physical side than the Strikers are, and they play, I suppose, a little bit more direct when they have to. It's not to say they play long ball. They can knock a ball around quite nicely. But when it's on, they'll get that ball forward early, and it's gave them a great deal of success over the past few years.
Yeah, definitely. Look, Sam will have them ready for the game next week, and they'll be as professional as they can be. But certainly the Strikers were a good opposition tonight, but next week I think the Roar will play their same game. They'll try and keep possession, starve the opposition of the ball, and if Wynnum don't get the ball, they won't be able to do much with it. And the few and I suppose far between opportunities that they get, they'll have to make the most of against a very good Roar outfit at this stage.